Thank you. Okay. So as I said, I'll go ahead and begin by reading this verse in Sanskrit, and then I'll read the translation and the purport of the verse. So it's Nainam Chindati Shastrani, Nainam Dahati Pabuka, Na Chainam Kledayantyako, Na Society Murata. And the translation of that verse is, the soul can never be cut to pieces by any weapon, nor burned by fire, nor moistened by water, nor withered by the wind. And so the purport to that verse is, all kinds of weapons, swords, flame weapons, rain weapons, tornado weapons, etc., are unable to kill the spirit soul. It appears that there were many kinds of weapons in the past, made of earth, water, air, ether, etc., in addition to the modern weapons of fire. Even the nuclear weapons of the modern age are classified as fire weapons. But formerly, there were other weapons made with all different types of material elements. Fire weapons were counteracted by water weapons, which are now unknown to modern science. Nor do modern scientists have knowledge of tornado weapons. Nonetheless, the soul can never be cut into pieces, nor annihilated by any number of weapons, regardless of scientific devices. And so I wanted to share that verse because it's a good reminder to all of us that we really are indestructible. Our souls are eternal and indestructible, while the body is temporary. And so when we go through challenging times like this, when we're wondering, we think about, how are we going to make it through this? How are we going to get through all of this? And for me, one of the things that helped me feel strength and a sense of peace at this time is knowing that I am a spirit soul, like the rest of you. We're all spirit souls. We're having human experiences. And so, with that, let's bring ourselves to a nice comfortable seat, cross-legged only if that's comfortable for you. If not, please sit however you'd like. The most important thing is that we find ourselves able to settle into our seats. And if you'd like, you can go ahead and close your eyes. And we'll begin by giving ourselves 3 nice, deep, deep cleansing breaths. So inhaling through the nose, taking in as much air as possible. And when you feel ready, just sigh it out through your mouth. And when you sigh it out, let go of anything that you may be holding on to. Just get it all out of there. So 3 of those breaths when you're ready. And so now just bringing your awareness to your seat, allowing yourself to settle into your body, letting your energy drop down into the body and settle in your seat. Noticing your sitting bones resting comfortably on your mat. Allowing the tailbone to drop down as well. Perhaps even imagining roots growing out of the tailbone, reaching deep into the earth to hold you steady, to hold you still. And as those roots are reaching into the earth, the spine is growing tall. So we're sitting up nice and straight. One vertebrae stacking on top of another. And we'll give ourselves an inhale and lift the shoulders all the way to the ears. You can put your arms into it if you'd like. And as you exhale, just roll the shoulder blades onto your back. Feeling the shoulders nice and released. Allowing the center of the chest to sit nice and open. Opening up your heart chakra at the center of the chest. Your heart chakra is called Anahata, and it is the energy center connecting to your sense of compassion. It is your connection to your sense of love. It is your connection to other beings. So allow your heart chakra to sit nice and open. Allow yourself to radiate out all of that beautiful green, bright energy from your heart chakra. Equally as important is to allow the heart chakra to sit nice and open so that you can receive that energy as well. Next, we will lift the crown of the head to the sky, lifting the very top of the head. So if you feel like the chin may be jutting up, you can just tuck it a bit so that you feel length in the back of the neck. At the crown of the head is your seventh chakra called Sahasrara. And that is the energy center that connects to your divine purpose in life. It is your connection to your real purpose. And so really bringing your awareness to your seventh chakra, to your crown chakra. Really bringing all of your attention to the crown of your head, and perhaps you begin to feel the crown of your head opening up. Maybe you notice some other sensations like tingling. Perhaps you can begin to see color at the crown of the head. The color of the seventh chakra is violet. People often see the color white when they come to the crown chakra as well. So now that we're sitting in the optimal position for breathing, we'll begin to cultivate the breath. We'll begin by inhaling through the nose to the count of 6. And exhaling through your nose to the count of 8. So breathing nice, deep, deep, steady breaths, breathing from your belly. And as you breathe, just want to bring all of your awareness to your breath. We focus on the breath so that we can liberate ourselves from the wanderings of the mind. And if you begin to notice the mind trying to creep back in and distract you from your breathing, as soon as you notice that, just go right back to counting with each inhale and each exhale. And now just coming back to your natural rate of breathing. But if you can, you want to try to keep your awareness inside of the body. So perhaps just continuing to observe the breath, just observing it, not judging it or attaching to it in any way, just being present with your breath. And now, very gently, beginning to bring your awareness back into the space. So maybe just opening the eyes just a little bit, just to a soft gaze. Inviting light back in. Taking your time and maybe even noticing whatever is in front of you. So in my case, it's the patterns and colors on the carpet in the room. Perhaps you're noticing your mat in front of you. But taking your time to bring other things into your awareness. And so now you can go ahead and extend your legs out in front of you. If you're sitting cross-legged, you can give them a nice bounce, relieve them from sitting cross-legged for so long. If you'd like, you can switch the legs side to side, start to loosen them up that way. And we'll even spread the toes here, really stretching out the feet. And if you'd like, you can make circles with your feet as well so that your shins and ankles and calves get a nice stretch as well. And just circle in both directions. And so now we'll just come to Baddha Konasana pose, bringing the soles of your feet together. I'm just going to remove this blanket. So soles of the feet are together. You can sit as close or as far away from your heels as you'd like. Wrap your hands around the feet. Give yourself an inhale and lift your spine up to the sky. And as you exhale, bring the belly forward and down. And so now we're returning to the breath. If you'd like, you can even move into Ujjayi breathing, yogic breath, which is bringing the tip of your tongue to the roof of the mouth, right behind your top row of teeth. You want to keep the lips closed and breathe deep, deep ocean-sounding breath through your nose. And so now we'll inhale and just begin to rise back up. And we'll gather the knees, extending the legs out in front of you again. If you'd like to bounce them, and especially swish them all the way up to the hips. And so now we're tacking the legs and feet together in Dandasana pose. If you can, try to keep the feet nice and flexed here. That'll help keep the legs engaged. We'll align the fingertips along the sides, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead, lift up high. And as you exhale, fold forward. Going to wherever you can go in this fold. But most importantly, use your breath. Again, you can get into your Ujjayi breathing. So rather than pulling yourself or forcing yourself into the pose, breathe yourself into the pose. Use your breath. It's your best tool in your practice. So you want to use it to help you come a little deeper into your practice. And so now extending your hands out in front of you with the palms facing up. Inhale and rise up. Exhale, your hands down. So now we'll come to a wide angle seat. You can sit as wide as you feel comfortable sitting. Again, trying to keep the feet flexed here. And we'll give ourselves another nice inhale and lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Staying with the breath. In fact, let's use the breath as the centerpiece. Let's hold it as the centerpiece of our entire practice today. And so now we'll just walk ourselves back up. And we'll keep the right leg extended as we bend the left leg. So now what we want to do is adjust the torso so that we're facing the right leg. And you want to make sure that the sitting bones are still firmly planted on the mat. Give yourself another inhale. Lift the arms overhead. Exhale, fold over your leg. Coming back to the breath. The breath is not only important in our practice, it's important in our lives. You know, we can use it to help us move through not only anything that gives us discomfort in our yoga practice, we can also use the breath to help us get through any discomforts in life. And so now we'll inhale and just begin to walk ourselves back up. And now we're switching sides. So we're extending the left leg, bending your right. Again, adjusting the torso and finding the sitting bones. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. Exhale, fold over left leg. Breathing deeply here. And once again, inhale and walk yourself back up. So now we'll just bring legs back to the top, and you can bounce and swish them once again, giving them some more relief. Hamstrings are starting to feel the stretch. Okay, and so now we'll come back to Sukhasana. We'll come back to sitting in meditation pose again, if that's comfortable for you, or only sit in this position as long as it's comfortable for you. So now again, the sitting bones and tailbone are nice and settled on the mat. The spine is lifting up tall, sitting up straight. Inhaling, lifting shoulders to ears. Exhale, shoulder blades onto the back. We'll give ourselves another nice inhale, and as you exhale, just bring your chin down to your chest. You want to let the chin sink down as low as you possibly can. I hope you can hear me this way. And again, we're breathing deep breaths from the belly. Nice deep breaths to help the back of the neck open up. Let us release any tension that may be trapped in there. And so now we'll just roll the chin to the right shoulder. Inhale and lift your chin up on your right. Roll to the left and exhale down on your left. And you can just keep making nice big circles here. You can even draw those circles with your nose so that you really open up the back of the neck. And when your chin arrives at your chest again, just roll in the opposite direction. Inhale up on the left. Exhale down on your right. And when your chin arrives at your chest again, you can pause the rotations, breathing from the belly, and maybe the chin is sinking a little closer to your chest. And now give yourself another inhale and lift your chin up to the sky. Let your head fall back as far as you feel comfortable. You don't want to strain, so just go to where you feel good. And on your next exhale, just bring your chin back down to your chest. And inhale, lifting the chin to a neutral position. So now take another inhale and lift the shoulders to the ears. Exhale, rolling your shoulder blades onto the back, bring them forward, and just keep circling and breathing. And when the shoulders are down again, reverse your rotation. Inhale up, exhale forward and down, rolling them back. Keeping your movements connected to your breath. And the next time the shoulders are down, we'll bring the palms to the knees facing down. Take another inhale and lift your spine to the sky. On the exhale, bring your chest toward your right knee. Roll to the left. Inhale up on your left. Exhale down on your right. So just moving at your uncomfortable breath pace and listening to your body. Your circles can be big circles, they can be small circles, whatever feels right for you today. And the next time you find yourself upright, just inhale and lift the spine. Exhale, chest to left knee, circling the opposite way. Keeping your awareness primarily with the breath. And the next time you're upright, you can go ahead and extend your legs once more. Perhaps another bounce and swish. And so now we'll just come to table pose. So we're coming to hands and knees. If you'd like to bring a blanket underneath your knees, if you have one with you, please feel free to. You can even maybe fold your mat over to double it if that works for you. So here in table pose, the fingers are spread nice and wide. We're stacking the shoulders directly over the wrists, and the knees are hip width apart. So now we'll give ourselves an inhale and drop the belly, lift the head and tail. You can curl the toes and bring the center of your chest forward, coming to cow pose. On the exhales, we'll round the back, gently press into the palms, gaze at belly button, give yourself a cat stretch. Inhale, drop belly, lift head and tail, come to cow. Exhale, round the back, the cat stretch. And just keep moving at your uncomfortable breath pace. And so we'll end on your next rounded back on your exhale. And return the spine to a neutral position. So we just want to check in once again, make sure that the fingers are wide, shoulders are stacked over the wrists. And we'll curl the toes, lift your knees and hips, press yourself back to downward facing dog. And if you'd like, it's our first dog of the practice, so go ahead, feel forward, or I'm sorry, go ahead and feel free to pedal out your feet. Maybe you'd like to move the hips side to side, or widen your stance, just stretching out, finding your comfort in this pose. And so now we'll take another nice inhale and rise up on the toes. As you exhale, press your heels down firmly. So we're going to set up our full expression of downward facing dog. So we'll start by bending the knees. We're going to come back to the toes, bend the knees, and bring your belly closer to your thighs. Here, the weight's pressing back, arms hug in toward one another, and crown of the head dangles down. Give yourself a nice inhale. As you exhale, slowly straighten your legs. Send your tailbone up and heels down. So again, the weight presses back, arms hug in, crown of the head dangles, tailbone up, heels down. Remember, anytime we're in downward dog, if it's too much for you, if you're not quite using it often in your practice, or if you would just like to take a break, you can come to child's pose, or even move to cat-cow positions. So now we'll rise up on the toes. Shift your weight forward to plank position. Here, shoulders are over wrists, lower belly engages, heels press back behind you. Go ahead and release your knees to the mat. Hug elbows close to the body. Come all the way down to your belly. So here, tops of the feet engage with your mat. Elbows remain close. Inhale, peel your chest off the mat for cobra pose. Shoulder blades slide down the back. Center of the chest is moving forward. On an exhale, come back down to your mat. Inhale, press yourself up to table. Exhale, come to downward facing dog. Weight back, tailbone up, heels down. A nice cleansing breath here. Once again, rise up on your toes, come forward to your plank. Release the knees, come down to the belly. So this time we're going to bring the hands just a little wider than shoulder width apart. Inhale, come to this cobra variation, lifting the chest. Exhale, come back down to your mat. Hands come back alongside chest. Inhale, press up to table. Exhale, downward facing dog. Another cleansing breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Once again, rise up on the toes, come forward to plank position. This time we'll keep the arms close to the body as we lower all the way down to the mat, engaging tops of the feet, bringing hands a little wider than shoulder width, but coming up on the fingertips this time. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, come back down, hands alongside the chest. As you inhale, press up to table. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now, just look up at your hands and walk your feet forward to meet your hands. We're going to take a moment in forward fold. So if you have something, if you have blocks at home or anything at all that you can use to kind of lift up the floor if you're not quite touching your mat yet, feel free to use them if you have even books or something. So we're just stretching out in our forward fold, letting the crown of the head dangle down. Maybe grabbing elbows and swaying side to side. If you grab the elbows, just releasing them down. We'll take a nice inhale and rise just halfway up, coming to a flat back here. So we want to have the lower belly engaged and the crown of the head stretching out in front. If you'd like, you can bring your hands to your shins. Just a few breaths here. If you feel like you're leaning back into your heels, shift the weight forward, find your center of gravity. On the next exhale, just fold forward once again. Maybe the belly comes a little closer to the thighs this time. And now bending your knees, press the soles of the feet down and just begin to rise up one vertebrae at a time. Make sure the head comes up last, taking your time, letting your spine unfurl. Coming all the way up to your Tadasana. So in Tadasana, the feet are nice and parallel with one another. You want to begin to feel the weight sinking down into the soles of the feet. In fact, let's lift all 10 toes off the mat. Let your weight sink down into the heels. Maybe outer edges of the feet are beginning to press down. And starting with our baby toes, we're going to replace our toes on the mat 2 at a time. So whenever you're ready. Until you feel the big toes pressing down on the mat. Notice how your feet feel nice and engaged. It's helping you with that sense of stability and groundedness. So needed at a time like this. So we're feeling our presence on our mat. Our feet are connected. Our feet are connected to the earth. They're connected to our sense of security. So we're finding ourselves, we're feeling ourselves here. We're being present in our bodies. The next thing we'll do is gently engage the lower belly. So feel the lower belly rise up. Gently bring the belly button back toward the spine. So rather than sucking or squeezing it in, just hold the belly firm. Maybe you're even noticing how the tailbone is tilting down toward the heels. The tailbone, at the tailbone or the base of the spine actually is your root chakra. Again, that's your sense of feeling connected to the earth, feeling nice and grounded, nice and steady. Next, we'll make sure that we lift the spine to the sky. Nice tall spine. Give yourself another inhale, lifting shoulders to ears. Exhaling shoulder blades onto the back and allowing the palms to face forward. Again, the shoulders are released, letting go of tension there. Center of the chest is open, radiating out that beautiful green light from the center of the chest, from the heart chakra. Reminding you to stand in love. Love is the opposite of fear. So connecting with that energy of the heart chakra. Crown of the head lifts up to the sky. Connecting with that beautiful divine energy. And just taking a moment here and breathing. Feeling your presence on your mat. And so now we'll just give ourselves an inhale and lift the arms up overhead, letting the palms touch up top. You can look up at the hands and again, lift the spine, but let the tailbone rest so the spine is nice and straight. Next, we'll engage the lower belly once again to swan dive forward and down. So opening the arms, folding with control, keeping a nice strong core as you fold. Coming all the way to your forward fold. Crown of the head once again is sinking down. Inhale, rise just halfway up. Once again, engage your lower belly. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, we'll come all the way up. Press the soles of the feet down. Bring your arms alongside you. Let your palms touch at top once again. And exhale, hands down through heart center and to your sides. Back to mountain pose, back to Tadasana. Again, feeling steady and strong where you stand. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead, lift the spine, look at your thumbs. Exhale, swan dive with control, forward and down. Inhale, rise halfway. Once again, engaging lower belly. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up, bring your arms with you, let the palms touch at top. Exhale, hands down through heart center to your sides. Keep flowing. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, swan dive forward and down. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center to your sides. 3 more at your own breath pace. And after your third, just finding yourself in Tadasana. Feet nice and planted on the mat. Spine tall, center of chest open, crown of the head lifting up. Let's all give ourselves another cleansing breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Give yourself another inhale, lift the arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward and down. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, fold. Now this time we're going to plant our hands firmly on the mat and step back to downward facing dog. So remember, the weight is pressing back, arms are hugging in, tailbone up, heels down. Rise up on the toes, come forward to your plank position once again. Keep arms close to the body, lower all the way down. Inhale, lift your chest for cobra pose. This time on the exhale, we're gonna curl the toes and go straight to downward dog. Look up at your hands. Walk your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center to your sides. Always returning to Tadasana. That sense of feeling stable and grounded where you stand. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward and down. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, fold, plant the hands downward facing dog once more. So this time we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna step the big toes together in the center of the mat. Bend the knees, look at the hands, jump your feet forward. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center to your sides once more. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, swan dive forward and down. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, fold, plant your hands downward facing dog. Rise up on the toes, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step the big toes in center. Together in center, sorry. Bend the knees, look at your hands, jump the feet forward. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center to your sides. One more delicious cleansing breath here. In through the nose, out through your mouth. We're just warming up, so we don't want to slow down too much. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward and down. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, fold. This time we're planting the hands and going right to plank position. Move through a vinyasa, which is lowering down through chaturanga. Inhale up to cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Remember, wing back, tailbone up, heels down. Step the big toes together in the center of your mat. Inhale, lift your right leg up to the sky. Exhale, bring that foot up between your hands. So we're gonna just release that back heel down 45 degrees. We're coming to Virabhadrasana 1. So we're pressing the sole of the right foot down. Inhale, rise up. So checking in with your warrior 1. How do you feel in this pose? So the outer edge of the left foot is pressing down. You want to keep that foot engaged with the mat. Try not to let the outer edge rise up or the foot begin to turn in. You want to check in with your front knee. Your right knee, you want it to track more toward the baby toe than the big toe. If the knee turns or caves in, that will cause you injury. Staying with your very important breath in this pose. Nice deep breaths from the belly. Tailbone is tilting down toward the mat. If you feel like you're lifting the shoulders, let them rest in their sockets. Give yourself another inhale. Exhale, hands to your mat. Come to downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. Step your big toes together in center. Inhale, lifting left leg up. Exhale, bring that foot up between the hands and let the back heel come down 45 degrees. Inhale, rise up to Virabhadrasana 1 on this side. Again, checking in with your alignment so that you get the best benefit from your pose. Maybe the hips can shift. Maybe we bring the left hip back and right hip forward as we keep that outer edge of the right foot engaging with the mat. And now we'll take another inhale. Exhale, hands to mat, downward facing dog. Rise up on the toes, come forward to your plank position. We'll hold and breathe here, but if you feel like you want to bring your knees to the mat, go right ahead. Again, we're listening to our own bodies and our own practice. And now, shifting the weight back to your downward dog. Remember, downward dog can always be child's pose or moving through cat-cow. Stepping the big toes together in center. Inhale, lifting the right leg to the sky. Exhale, bring that foot up between the hands and come back to warrior 1 position. Maybe you can come a little deeper into that front knee this time. The body's nice and warm. The muscles are beginning to stretch. So now we'll take another inhale. Exhale, bringing hands to heart center. And we're opening to warrior 2 position, Virabhadrasana 2. So now that back foot is turning so that it's parallel with the back of your mat. That front knee is the tricky part. As soon as you change that back foot, that front knee likes to move. So we want to make sure that it's tracking more toward, or tracking over your second and third toe. And again, checking in with your position, checking in with your posture. If you feel like you're leaning forward, shift your weight back a bit, find your center of gravity. We're allowing ourselves to sink down into our seats, gazing out over the right fingertips, and staying with the breath. So now we'll just flip the front palm and shift the weight back, reverse the warrior. So again, the feet are staying nice and engaged with the mat. We want to keep the bend in the front knee. Maybe the rib cage spirals up toward the ceiling. Now we'll take another nice inhale. As you exhale, bring that right elbow over the right knee, and we're stretching the left bicep over the ear. So we're feeling that energy come up through the left foot, come up from the earth, travel all the way up the leg, the left side of the body, and shoot out through our fingertips. That right rib cage is spiraling up toward the sky. One more inhale and rise up, come back to your reverse warrior. One more inhale. On the exhale, coming back to the knee. Again, keeping the outer edge of the left foot engaging with the mat. And maybe rather than leaning into that elbow, you hold yourself up with your core strength. Inhale, rise up once again. And this time what we're going to do is we're going to straighten the front leg. So again, we're reaching those right fingertips up. We're feeling an extension on the right side of the body. Take another inhale. Exhale, bring those right fingertips out in front of you. So we're reaching the right fingertips as far as we can. Shift the hips back as far as you can. And release your hand down. Come to Trikonasana. So maybe your hand comes to the mat, maybe to your foot, maybe the shin. Again, if you have something to rest your hand on, maybe blocks, or you have blocks at home, or books, or anything at all that's steady. And maybe our gaze goes up to the left thumb. So now we'll take another inhale. Exhale, bend into that front knee and come back to your warrior two position. Again, checking in with alignment here, making sure that that knee is not caving or twisting in. And since we're feeling so steady and strong today, we're going to take another one of those. So flip your front palm, shift the weight back, reverse the warrior. Straighten the front knee. One more inhale. Exhale, fingertips in front of you, stretching them out, shifting hips back. When you're ready, come back to your Trikonasana. Another nice inhale. Exhale, bringing that left hand down to the mat. Come onto the ball of your back foot. So we're going to keep that front leg nice and straight. We'll take an inhale, rise just halfway up. As you exhale, fold down over your right leg, going to where you can go. Again, if this is too much for you, modify your pose. Maybe you just come down and do something like this. Left knee down, right leg nice and straight. Again, finding what works for you. So now we're going to get even fancier here. We're going to have some more fun. Again, these are only options. So again, listen to your body, listen to your practice. So if you're ready to go a little harder here, or challenge ourselves a bit more, we're going to press off of that back foot, that left foot, and come up on your right leg. We're coming to Ardha Chandrasana. So you're welcome to keep your fingertips on the mat. You want to try to keep your left leg at hip level with the foot flat. If that right leg is already tired after everything else we've done, then you can skip this pose. You can take something else, even if it's a child's pose. So if you're feeling comfortable here though, maybe you want to come to the full extension of the pose. We'll begin to turn the upper body to your left side and stretch your right arm up, left arm up to the sky. If you took the full version of the pose, go ahead, bring that left hand back down to the mat, and let's all come to a low lunge. Bring that left foot down. Place your hands firmly on your mat. Step back to downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet, move your hips side to side. Maybe you want to take a child's pose, listening to your body. Inhale, rise up on the toes. Exhale, press your heels down. Give yourself a cleansing breath. Now looking up at the hands, walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center. to your sides. Another nice cleansing breath. Reconnect with yourself. Find your feet nice and planted, spine tall, center of chest open. So now we'll take another nice inhale. Lift the arms up over your head. Exhale, swan dive forward and down. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands on the mat, come to plank. Take another vinyasa and meet me in downward facing dog. So we'll step the big toes together in the center of your mat. Inhale, lifting the left leg high. Exhale, that foot between your hands. Take your Virabhadrasana 1. So again, finding your version of your pose. We want to find the Sukhanam, the comfort, that sweet spot of the pose. And give yourself another inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Open up to warrior 2. Again, finding that pose, that version of the pose that works best for you. Maybe give yourself an inhale, lift the shoulders to the ears. Exhale, rolling shoulder blades onto the back, gazing out over your left fingertips, staying with the breath. Now flipping the front palm and shifting weight back, reversing the warrior. Maybe rib cage spirals up in the pose. Another nice inhale. Exhale, bringing that elbow toward the knee, right bicep stretching over your ears. Keeping outer edge of right foot engaged with the mat. Stretching those left fingertips over and up. Breathing here, staying with the breath. Inhale, rise up, reverse that warrior once again. This time, we'll straighten your front leg. So remember, reach the fingertips up and back. You want to feel an extension along the side of the body. Another nice inhale. Exhale, bringing those fingertips out in front of you. Stretch them out. Shift the hips back. When you're ready, come to your Trikonasana. Keep breathing here, stretching the crown of the head out in front of you. The spine is always nice and straight and extended. We'll take another inhale. Exhale, bend into your front knee and come back to Virabhadrasana 2. Flip the front palm, shift your weight back, reverse the warrior, and now straighten that front leg because we're going to do it again. One more inhale. Exhale, fingertips out in front, stretching. When you're ready, come to your Trikonasana. Gazing up at that right thumb, extending the crown of your head out in front of you. You want to really feel your body extending in different directions. Now give yourself another inhale. Exhale, bring that right hand to the mat. And we're going to come onto the ball of the back foot. Again, if you can, keep that left leg nice and straight. Give yourself an inhale, rise just halfway. Exhale, fold yourself over your left leg. And again, if you're feeling a little adventurous still, we'll take an inhale. On the exhale, bend into your front knee and begin to push yourself off, lift yourself or give yourself some momentum to come up on your left leg. We're setting up our Ardha Chandrasana, half move. So the right leg is at hip level, that right foot is nice and flexed. So you're pressing out through that right heel. Again, if you want to keep your fingertips on the mat, feel free. But if you're ready to go a little deeper in the pose, go ahead, open up, extend that right leg or right arm up to the sky. Body's turning to the right. And now, bringing that right hand down, right foot comes down, planting the hands firmly, and coming to downward facing dog. So let's make sure this downward dog is our last one of the practice. So make it active. Press your weight back, hug your arms in, tailbone up, heels down. And now come down to the mat. Bring your knees down. You can widen them and bring the big toes together. Shift your hips back. Take a child's pose with a cleansing breath. Allowing yourself to be held in this pose. Release anything that you're holding on to. Let it melt down into the earth. Mother Earth takes care of everything for us. So just allow any tension, any tightness, anything that you've been holding on to that you haven't released in your practice, let it go. And so now, we'll just begin to rise up. You can come back to your table pose. Fingers spread nice and wide, shoulders over wrists, knees hip-width apart. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head and tail. Exhale, round the back, and just keep moving at your own breath pace. And so we'll end on the rounded back on your cat stretch. Return the spine to a neutral position. And just come to seated with the legs extended out in front of you. You can bounce the legs or swish them side to side. Now it got really hot in here. Bouncing and swishing. And we'll come back to Baddha Konasana pose like we did at the beginning of the class. The hip creases should be nice and open now. We'll inhale and lift the spine to the sky. Exhale, belly comes forward and down as you stay with your breath. Maybe this time you take your elbows, use your elbows to gently press down on the legs. Just press down gently. Opening up the hip creases even more. And just savoring each and every one of your breaths. And now give yourself an inhale and just begin to rise up. And we'll gather the knees, extend your legs again, bounce them, swish them. And tacking legs and feet together again, coming to Dandasana pose, keeping the feet flexed, aligning fingertips along the sides, sitting up tall. Inhale, lift your arms up high. Exhale, fold forward. Keep breathing. Extending your hands in front of you, palms up. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, your hands back down. So now we'll bend into the knees and come down on our backs. When you get there, just squeeze your knees into your chest. You can rock side to side, or maybe even make circles on your spine, whatever feels good. And so now we'll just keep the right knee hugged in as left leg extends long on your mat. So we're bringing the left hand to the right knee. Right arm is out to the side. We want the palm to face up. Give yourself an inhale, and as you exhale, go ahead and twist that right knee over to the left side. So giving yourself a nice final twist. If you'd like, you can turn your head to look out over your right hand. Breathing into your spine. Encouraging your spine to let go of any tightness that it may feel. And now give yourself an inhale and roll onto your back and hug your knees into the chest once again, maybe rocking or rolling, whatever feels good on the spine. Now we're keeping that left knee bent and right leg is extending long on the mat. Right hand to left knee, left arm out to the side, palm up, keeping that shoulder open. Take another inhale. As you exhale, twist your knee over to the right side. Turn the head, look out over your right hand, or left hand, I'm sorry. And breathe. Nice, deep, deep, steady breaths. And now give yourself an inhale and roll onto your back once again, hugging your knees into the chest. And now just extend the legs straight up to the sky, coming to legs up the wall. If you can, try to keep the feet flexed. If you'd like, you can hold onto the backs of your thighs. And if you're You don't need to if you're feeling comfortable here. You can just bring your arms down by your sides with the palms facing up. Just breathing into this pose, allowing yourself to cool down. Allowing the body to begin to rest, and maybe noticing how the back is nice and flat on your mat. If you feel like you're lifting your hips up, let them rest. Try to think about sinking the tailbone down. And now give yourself one more inhale. As you exhale, hug the knees into the chest once again. In fact, hug them so tight that you curl up into a ball. Lift the head and shoulders. Bring your nose to your knees. And now release, stretching arms overhead, feet down below. Stretch as much as you possibly can. And on an exhale, bringing your arms down by your sides, palms facing up. We are preparing for Shavasana, so you can bring your heels to the outer corners of the mat, letting the feet roll out to the side. You can even make sure that your arms have enough room away from the body that you feel the shoulder blades resting on the mat as well. Just really open up here. And give yourself another nice, delicious cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And just letting the weight of your body lie nice and heavy on your mat. Softening the muscles of your face, letting your tongue drift away from the roof of your mouth. Allowing your eyes to melt down into their sockets. Noticing the entire back of the body resting on your mat. Noticing your contact points with the mat. Your heels are resting. The backs of your legs, the calves are sinking down. Notice how the hips and lower back are nice and open. You can even allow your spine to melt down. Feel the shoulder blades and the back of your head fully supported by the earth beneath you. And now all you have to do is just give your spirit self permission to transcend, to float away as your body rests here in your Shavasana. Just let yourself go. And so now it's time to come back into your body, come back from your journey. So you can begin to deepen your breathing and wiggle your fingers and your toes. And when the time is right for you, just hug your knees into your chest and maybe rock side to side again or make circles on your spine. And again, when you're ready, just roll over onto your right side and maybe even make a pillow with your right arm and take a moment just to check in with yourself, to move mindfully through your transition. Check in with your body, check in with your mind. And most importantly, check in with your heart, your connection to your eternal spirit soul. Just see how they're all feeling. And now give yourself another nice inhale, and as you exhale, extend your top leg, press into your left palm, and come back to a nice, comfortable, seated position. You can keep your eyes closed if you'd like. And now bringing hands to heart center in Anjali Mudra. Thumbs gently press against the sternum, palms gently press together. I'd like to seal our practice with the vibration of Om. And of course, you're welcome to join, or you can listen in, it's up to you. So if you're joining me, let's take a nice deep inhale. So thank you all for joining this class this evening. Thank you for your strong, strong practice and your beautiful energy. And thank you for allowing me to serve and be your teacher. Namaste. So thank you, ladies. Don't go anywhere yet. We're going to give everybody a chance to check in. Thanks, Kristen.
No problem. Okay, I'm going to.
Our magical wizard here, technology wizard.
Okay, you're all
there you are. If you want to show your faces, please feel free to. You can turn your cameras on.
No.
If you want. It would just be so lovely to see everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. You're so very welcome. How are you all feeling?
Oh, yeah, it's much better now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing that.
I was gonna say. Well, thank you all so very much for attending the class, and I'm so happy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was wonderful.
Thank
So
you.
wonderful.
So, you know,
Again.
if you would just say your name and then you can say something so Tiffany know who's speaking.
Hi, it's Kate, and I just want to tell you how energized yet calm I feel. This was exactly what I needed now. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
You're a blessing.
Thank you.
This is Maria, and I really enjoyed that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you for coming.
This is Susan Bristol. It's wonderful to be in your class again.
It's so good to hear your voice. Hi, Susan.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, Tiffany. It's Neela. Thank you so much.
Oh, Ma, thank you.
Today. So nice to see you after a long time.
It is nice to see you. Too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
I can't find you.
Oh.
I'm looking. I can't find where you are. Oh, phooey.
That's okay.
Well, everybody that
Thank
speaks,
you very much. It was wonderful. I'm just
Thank you.
struggling to find the right tab. I
That's-
had to close. You can't have two video cameras open at the same time. And I had somehow managed to do that.
Ah, okay.
when
And
somebody speaks, they come on the screen. Yeah.
But at least we get to hear your voice, Martha.
I'm so sorry. I don't really understand where you've gone. Okay, maybe, no.
Okay.
Okay, I apologize. Anyway, thank you very much. It was wonderful. The class helped me a lot. I love being able to do yoga almost every day now that we're doing it this way, and these are great times for me. And your practice was lovely. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a lovely night.
You too.
Thank you. Okay.
There you are.
I think that's it.
Okay, well, wonderful. Well, again, thank you all so very much for joining the class and giving me this opportunity to serve in this way. I hope that it helped you because I know it's such a difficult time for everyone. So I hope that this class helped.
Yes,
Thank
definitely.
you.
It does. It has. Thank you.
Bye.
Oh, what was that?
Oh.
Okay. All right. And Deborah, thank you too. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Deborah, for making this available to us.
Well,
Yeah.
thank all of you, and have a beautiful, beautiful evening. And we'll see you in virtual community over the next days. Just check the schedule. Thank you so much, Tiffany.
Thank you.
That was so beautiful and so meaningful, and just had us grounded and elevated and feeling in union. So thank you so much. That was such a beautiful practice.
Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for keeping our community together.
Yeah.
It's
And then
so important. So
Thank you.
important.
And then to Kristen behind the scenes there. Thank
Yes,
you.
Kristen, come here.
Thank
She's
you.
our lovely technician, and she did everything. So, so grateful to have her here.
Great.
All right, I think we're done. Goodbye,
Thank
everybody.
you.
All right.
Good night.
Sweet
Till the next
dreams,
time.
everyone. Mwah, mwah, mwah.